USCJ. It's your boy Joaquin. Really appreciate what you're doing for USC culture, man. Keep going.
Going on, shout out USCJ, man. Appreciate the support. Shout out to USCJ. You know what it is. Nothing but love, man.
All right, come on in. Let's talk about it. We have a huge game, and we got B. Shaw in the house looking all fly right now. B. Shaw, what's the word?
Not a whole lot, man. I had to pull out some gear for this weekend.
hey, man, you got the super gear on, man. But listen, this game is. I'm trying to describe how big this game is on so many levels. And, you know, the thought that came in my mind, you guys see the title right now, Quiet Confidence. And the reason I'm saying Quiet Confidence is because I think USC is kind of moving in silence right now, B. Shaw, from a perspective of you see a lot of people all over media. You know, everybody right now I think is picking Oregon. And everybody, pretty much all the odds right now are essentially against USC. But I like the quiet confidence. I like the way Lincoln Riley is the hat to the back. Like, he looks like he's just different right now. Can you speak to that real quick, and we'll get into this game, some of the game?
Yeah, they definitely seem very, very confident over there. Definitely after talking to some of the players and some of the coaches, they have that confidence, and they're loving where they're at in terms of what the media. Coach Saban back in the day always referred to it as rat poison. Well, USC isn't getting a whole lot of that. They're getting a lot of bulletin board material, some motivation stuff. So they've just been taking care of their business every single week, and they put themselves in a prime position to really jump out on the big time stage because it's all eyes. This is the biggest game of the week by far. It's all eyes on them this weekend.
Well, let's talk about the position they're in because me and you both. We talked about it, and I think some people probably say, "Oh, well, B. Shaw was on the team last year. Jay is a homer. Everybody say I'm a homer, but we tried to keep it real as far as the position that they could be in, and we both said that look, this team is positioning themselves to make a playoff. Even though we saw some of the losses against Illinois, the loss against Notre Dame, we still both understood that. Look, these guys have a lot of ability, a lot of talent, and they still position themselves to be with only one Big Ten loss. So talk about the position right now and how we pretty much kept the faith, man, thus far.
Yeah, I mean, they can call us homers, bias, or whatever they want, but back to the facts. I mean, coming into the season, when you look at the weapons they had on offense and Jaden Mayava making that improvement from year one under Coach Riley to a full year of development in year two. I mean, and the offense line's been a pleasant surprise. They moved some stuff around. They really they're doing exactly what we thought. Now, they slipped up against Illinois, easily could have won that game. Tough one on the road against Notre Dame, but this is exactly where they want to be sitting. Still under the radar a little bit, but you got a chance to get a key win on the road, solidify your culture, solidify yourself as – this year I think they have solidified themselves as a real deal Big Ten team, but I know there's still noise. You go get a road win up in Oregon in November this time of year, that solidifies your culture, solidifies yourself as a Big Ten conference team, and then you got a real good shot to get in the playoffs if you take care of business against those guys up the road. So they couldn't be any happier with where they're sitting.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into the super personal, but I know you're good friends. I know you're good friends with, like, the tight end, Lake McCree, Keelan O'Connor, a lot of these guys, Elijah Page, all these guys. You talk to these guys. From what you said, and you have to share no information, how confident are some of these guys, like, from which the conversations that you've had with these guys?
Yeah, they're really confident. The vibe is high. I think they're really, really excited. Like you said, this is one of the biggest games. What I can think of with the Pac-12 championship, when we had a shot to get into the playoffs, that felt pretty big. But other than that, in the last 10 years or however long it's been, this is the biggest game USC's had. And the energy is there. They can feel that energy.
You can see they can sense that right now?
Yeah, they can sense it. They can sense how big it is. And they're just excited, really excited for the matchup. They can sense how big it is. And they're confident. They're confident. Now we need to get some of these guys back healthy. I know they've been talking about
man.
Help, but overall they feel very confident.
Yeah, we're gonna get into some of these positions too. As far as the health, because I mean, apparently, we'll see. It sounds like Kamari kind of went in practice a little more yesterday, but I don't know. He's still dealing with the bruise. But of course, Bishop Fitzgerald seems to be out. But you and I both, we kind of been talking about Christian Pierce, man. It's just I love Christian Pierce. You were on the field with him. You saw his ability. You confident in him. And then you had Urlacher. If it wasn't for Urlacher knocking that guy out of bounds last week, man, so I mean, how confident are you with those guys right now if they have to take over?
Yeah, well, Christian Pierce, I can't speak highly enough about him. He works hard. He plays physical. He doesn't fear anything, doesn't back down, and he's getting better and better and better. And the thing I'm really proud about him is he's starting to develop into that kind of alpha role. Well, now, when Fitzgerald and Ramsey go down, now he has no choice but to be the alpha leader out there. And I know he will do a good job if those guys can't go and communicate and get in the back end straight. And then when you look at Urlacher, we talked about it. I thought he came in and did a really, really nice job.
Man.
He had a big-time tackle. It looks like they were, the guy was going to get the edge and kind of get a walk-in touchdown. He comes up with a big-time tackle there. And then, like you said, getting that guy out of bounds probably saved the game. So Urlacher, I mean, look, he's got that DNA in him. He's got that DNA in him. That guy can play some football, and I know he'll be ready. So if Kamari and Bishop are out, those are two really good players. But I am super confident in CP and Urlacher and whoever else they need to step up and get the job done. It's going to come down to the trenches, though, for sure, this game.
Man, yeah, it's going to come down to the trenches. And real quick before we get into the game, this is Thursday. Like, what type of preparation that takes place on Thursday before you guys leave? You were there last year. This is the game, a couple days before the game. What type of preparation is taking place today? For a big game like this,
you get some goal line, short yardage practice in, some low red zone stuff, and then what we're going to do on defense from Coach Lynn, he loves to just do. We call them fastball starts. So you start the team, the scout team on the 1 yard line, and then they just go down the field, rapid fire, kind of hurry up offense, and you just go through all the situations. First down, second and long, second and short, third down, and just making sure everybody's on the same page with everything. And you're just rapid fire, just drives, scout team drives as quick as it can. They'll have the music blasting to make it as chaotic as possible, just to make. And then they'll have the pads on, still hitting a little bit, getting after it. And then Friday, you're just kind of taking the pads off and just real quick running through it again, walking through everything, and mostly meetings, and then you're in the game day. It's been a quick week. It's felt like a quick week this week.
No, man, it has. And Oregon actually had a longer week to prepare, being that they had that game last Friday. Listen, real quick, everybody that's on Twitter, I just normally like to start this just to let you guys know, but I want you guys to come over to YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe. So I'm getting ready to cut it off Twitter right now. So everybody that's on Twitter, make sure you guys come over to YouTube, USCJ on YouTube. You guys can find it there. All right, let's see. All right, we off now. We off there. Okay. So, now we're just on YouTube. Okay, so now as we look at this matchups, man, you mentioned that it's going to be the trenches, and we see here Oregon, man, that they have 71.9% chance to win this game, and USC, they're giving us only a 28.1% chance, and it's an 8.5% chance, 8-point favorite rather. USC, Oregon is over USC. So when you look at it, how do you think we need to approach this, man? And you mentioned the trenches. I feel like it has to be the trenches too. I feel like it has to be dog work all day long. Specifically, when you're talking about Rattling, the quarterback, Deontay Moore, how do you feel like we need to approach this?
Yeah, it's going to come down to the D-line. It's going to come down to the D-line, and then focus on the defense first. I think when you look at the Iowa game, second half they came out and played sharp, but there were some plays in that game where I know Coach Henney and Coach Lynn would not be too thrilled about with the defensive line kind of getting pushed around. Just a couple of handful of plays, and I know how Coach Henney is. He's going to have these guys motivated not only to play Oregon, but to make up for some of that stuff that was put on film against Iowa. So I expect this D-line, and that's been the whole thing with the D-line. We know they got the talent, they got the size. It's coming out with that consistent energy and passion right from the start. So I think the key is we got to start fast. We've seen some games where we come out, looks like we're sleepwalking. We can't do that against Oregon. So that's a lot of it's going to be mindset, energy, and passion right out the gate. And then on the offensive side of the ball, I've been hearing a lot about Oregon's defense being number one pass defense. But when you look at Indiana, Surratt, and Omar Cooper. Those two receivers, they did a nice job. Mendoza did a nice job. And I
But
think
they're not limiting Lane. They're not limiting Lane though.
Lemon
Yeah.
and Lane are way better, in my opinion, way better.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the rest of the opponents they've played, not really big-time threats in the passing game. So I've been hearing that's what everybody's been saying. Well, Oregon's got the number one pass defense. Oregon's got the number one pass defense. I think Lemon and Lane are going to get after them. Tight ends, Walker Lyons, Lake McCree are going to be a big matchup. And then I expect in the second half, Jaden Maiava to get a lot of carries. They're gonna need to rely on him, and especially in the second half.
Well, B. Shaw, yeah, let's talk about that. How inflated is their schedule? When you're talking about, and I'm not saying that they just have a bad schedule and their defense, pass defense is based on primarily on that, but their schedule, when you're talking about teams that they actually played, they played Iowa like us, and then they played Northwestern like us. But then you look at the Oregon states, you look at I think it's Montana states, you look at a lot of other games. Yeah, you don't really see just a whole lot. So I'm saying, yes, Indiana is the only team I would think they can kind of, I guess, prepare for us and kind of say, look, this is how we did it. But I think that from a Lincoln Riley standpoint, and Jacoby Lane and Mekhi Lemon, even Tanuk Hines, even Lake McCree, I just think it's going to pose a whole nother threat to these guys, man. And I'm not sure if I think we could just take the top off, man.
No, I agree. They definitely haven't seen an offense like ours. And when you look at the Indiana game, it was kind of, the score was kind of closer than what it should have been. I mean, Indiana really, really got after them. And Oregon, they've kind of they've really dedicated to that run game. And I will say that Noah Whittington is a legit running back. So you're going to have the gang tackle, and people are going to
absolutely
run into the ball. It's going to take all 11 every play to win this game, because he's going to break some tackles, especially some arm tackles. So they're going to have to get after him. In Oregon, that's been their thing, especially the last couple of weeks. They are pounding that rock, and so you got to make them force them to throw the ball. Let's see how good their offensive game is. I think Moore's a good player, good quarterback. I'm not 100% sold on him, to be honest, but I
know exactly what you're talking about too.
Yeah, I think he's a good player, but I'm not 100% sold on him. So let's see. Let's force him to go win the game and see if he can.
I saw where some pressure is being applied that I'm not gonna say he panics. I don't even know if that's the word I want to use, but I know that the decision making is a little bit changed. I think he threw a couple of interceptions versus Indiana, and the way they brought that pressure and the way they applied the pressure, it really changed a lot of things. So I think that has to be somewhat of the blueprint from our defensive perspective. And I was talking to Jay Walk. We talked about the 3 linebacker set and just kind of trusting all your guys on the secondary. But I think our guys can absolutely get after it, man. So I feel comfortable with that. But now here's a question, Jaden Maiava. The past couple of games, we've been seeing some different things with him as far as him on the ground, kind of moving and grooving a little bit. How much of an equalizer do you think that could be, especially when you talk about opening up the offense? If he, because I think I saw the Indiana quarterback take off up the middle. If there's some open lanes, take it off. How much of an equalizer can he be if he does that even more so?
Yeah, I mean, he can be the ultimate equalizer, and you need your quarterback. A quarterback who can run the ball just adds such another dimension, especially for the secondary and the safeties. I mean, you get a couple times that the quarterback pulls the ball down, and you're in coverage, and he takes off. Next thing you know, you got to make a tackle down the field. Your eyes can kind of get a little hesitant on what you're looking at in zone coverage and stuff like that. So he can really present some problems, and I expect Coach Riley is going to lean heavy on Jaden. He's going to have to do a lot. And then in the run game, you get some perimeter run going with the quarterback. It's going to open some stuff up inside with King Miller. So I think early you see a little bit of Jaden running. I wouldn't expect it too much in the beginning, but just enough to show them the threat of the quarterback run. And then in that second half, when things are really starting to heat up and get serious, you're going to see him really start to run him is what I guess you would see.
Absolutely. So, what wrinkles? And we're not trying to give up a game plan, but what other kind of wrinkles do you think we could throw at them to really kind of offset some things within this game.
Yeah, I would say in Coach Lynn's, I don't know if this isn't a wrinkle, but I would say when you look at Coach Lynn's kind of first 2 years, he's the most success he's had is when he's been aggressive. If you kind of look at how this defense is going, whenever he's really just committed to being aggressive and pressuring and trusting the back end to do their job and cover their guys, that's when we've had some big time success. So I think you're going to see a lot of that. I think, and I've been calling for that all year, and sometimes we've seen it, sometimes we haven't. But when you look at the second half of the Northwestern game, look at Iowa, and then I just think when he really gets those safeties down there, kind of close to the box, and trust everybody to cover their guys, you're going to see man-to-man and pressures, because they got some injury issues as well at the wide receiver. Now, the one guy who does concern me is that that tight end will be the best tight end they play.
That guy Jay talked about him too.
I want to see CP be after him. I need to see CP hit him a few times.
I think CP's physical enough though for that guy. That's the kind of
That'll be a good matchup. That'll be a good matchup.
Absolutely, he's super athletic. We'll get into hey, you guys, I see you guys coming in right now. We'll take some of these calls. We're gonna just want to try to touch on some more of this game real quick. And CP can absolutely. We haven't really seen. Now we did see some stuff in the second half of Iowa, and I loved it because Anthony Lucas, he had that forced fumble where he absolutely cracked somebody down there, and they called it back. That penalty, they said it offset. I thought the penalty will ultimately stick. I mean, not the penalty, the fumble will ultimately stick. But from a just all the way around consistent all game, Michigan was the last time I seen these guys just really just get after it all the way around, like for a whole game. It seemed. I think we're due for that, man. Like, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, our coaches would always say when you put elite film on the tape, then that's the new standard. That's the new standard. So, because you show you could do that. And like you said, in the Michigan game, that was elite film. They dominate the line of scrimmage, both sides, and really got after it. So I know that's where they're striving to get to every game, and they're preaching that every single game. And I just really have a feeling, knowing Coach Henne, after that Iowa game, it was a good win. I have a feeling he's probably really got these guys fired up. Coach Henne has a good job of kind of pressing buttons, not in a bad way, and tagging but pressing buttons to get the guys kind of in the right state of mind. And
absolutely.
I think Coach Henne is really going to have these guys fired up just off the sole fact of bouncing off, coming out of that performance. And then when you add it's a huge game, I mean, there's no reason why they should not be flying around.
No, that's facts. And I think we're so underestimated from a physical standpoint. I think they still kind of have that narrative going around that USC is not a physical team, but the way they cracked around out physical Iowa, man, they showed some promise. As far as the physicality standpoint. So
it's a physical team for sure.
Yeah, it's a physical team. So if I were to say, and you just the way, just one sentence that comes to your mind, how does this game play out in your opinion? That's a little tough, huh?
Yeah, that's tough. How do I see it playing out? I see us coming out fast.
We have to.
Coming out fast. I see Maava kind of spinning around early. I really do. And get off to a hot start, get up on them. They fight back into it. They do got a good team. I think it's going to be high scoring. And I see in the second half, fourth quarter, we see Jade Maava's legs in our run game really start to get going in that fourth quarter. And then we put it away. We put it away late. It's going to come down to the wire.
I'm comfortable enough with Ryan Sherry, the kicker. He is so – I've never been one that just put confidence in kickers. that just hasn't been me. But this guy, man, I'm so comfortable enough. If 5 minutes left, run the clock all the way down. Just keep the ball, run it down, run Jaden Maava, run some RPOs, run King Miller, run and just continue, and Brian Jackson, run these guys and put it in his hand from 40 yards.
No, listen. Something about Ieri is he is got that. It's almost like borderline cocky a little bit, but it's we love him. But he's got some swag he's got some serious swag. That's something I noticed about it. And then there's actually another kicker, Tyler Robles, who transferred out. Yeah, and he went to Texas State, and he just broke the Texas State all-time season record for most field goals made. He's going to be bouncing back up to a Power 5 school. So those two, I would watch them. They are the hardest working kickers I've ever been around. And Sayer, when you add his confidence and kind of swag to him, I mean, I would trust him with my life pretty much.
No, Tyler Robles and both Ryan Sierra, when both those guys committed, I did videos on them. And I remember both of them darn near kicked from like 60 yards. I mean, they were practicing. It was just like what in the world? I've never seen. So we're going to open up this thing, man. We didn't want to take too much of your time. We know it's the daytime. But look, those who are in the chat, we're going to take it from the first one to the last one. We're going to open this up. But I have a score. Here's my score prediction. I got 31-28 USC. Where you at with it, B-Shaw?
I'm going to go 28. I'm going to go 27-24.
USC, 27-24. All right. Hey, I'm with that, man. So let's open up some of these calls, man. You guys, the link is in the chat. It's StreamYard. Let's go. All right. How you doing, my USC Low 760? How you doing?
What's going on, guys?
How you doing, man?
Pretty good. So here's my two big indicators of the win. Jalen and Jaden. So I'll tell you why. It'll be simple. I watched the Indiana game once through, and I saw a lot of so Oregon's defense, they like to rush 4 and they drop 8 when you go 3 receiver sets. And with that, they only rush 4. They never rush that middle linebacker or outside guy. They always rush 4. And they drop to a cover 4 a lot. And that means Jaden needs to run the ball on the outside of the tackle. And that's where that quarterback from Indiana did it. Another thing is running up the middle, it didn't look very good against the type of formations similar to what Indiana runs, how we run kind of the same thing. And the one key indicator I saw was Jalen, he needs to step in and be like that guy that rushes after the quarterback. He needs to be that 5th guy rushing, because when they go to spread offense, Indiana they rushed 4 and they blitzed the linebacker between the guard and the center a lot. And when they went to a condensed, they rushed 5 guys and optional brought a 6th guy, and that's how they stopped Oregon. And Oregon looked out of sorts. And I can see the formations that Lynn runs. SC has the same formations, and they have better players on defense. And this is where I think Christian Pierce shading over Sadiq and someone a little bit taller, maybe bigger, covering Sadiq on a man coverage. I think it works, because I watched the game, and I'm telling you, I don't care what the stats say about SC's defense being weak in areas. It looks like SC could do it. I'm just saying, because I see the same formations and we have better athletes. So that's where I'm going to leave it with you guys. But yeah,
I totally agree. B. Shaw, anything you want to say on that?
No. That was quite the breakdown. And I think CP is going to match up really, really well with Sadiq, getting physical with them. And then you're absolutely right. Jaden's got to get the run game going. Like I said, I think I see him early, kind of showing that he's a threat on that outside, and then that will kind of soften it up on the inside. And part of the reason that Oregon's able to kind of stay in that type of defense is they got some good guys inside, and they can kind of rely on that 4-man front to get it done. So it's going to be tough, but definitely Jaden's going to be a factor here. He's going to be the kind of the decision maker, I guess you could say.
Absolutely. Anything else, my man? USC Low?
No, fight on. I think they could. This is one of those games where I think everybody's looking at us going, "Yeah, right." But I don't think so. I
don't think there's any cause to be like, we're outmans, or we should be worried that we're going to get blown out. Like this is a truly a toss-up game. This is going to be a good game, and USC can easily beat this team. I mean, they can easily win this game, and they can do it by 10+ points if they string it all together. I mean, this isn't. I mean, Oregon hasn't really proven to me that they are a team to be super scared of at all. I mean, I think there's only a couple teams in the country that I would say USC would struggle against, and that's like 2 or 3, maybe. Anybody else, I feel just fine in what we got in that we're really going to be able to get after. So I do not fear Oregon, to be honest with you.
Hey, and USC, Loke, think about this, man. Some of the common opponents, Indiana, of course, they play Iowa. Look what that was, a 5-point game. Of course, you see Indiana versus Oregon. You look at what that game was, and then us against, all within, less than a touchdown type of game. So, I mean, it shows you that USC has the ability and the talent to play out there with those guys, man. And look, we got just as good as athletes. And I don't think nobody was able to ever throw over the top like that against Iowa, not even Oregon. So I think USC, they're in some good shape right now.
Agree, guys. Hey, fight on.
Fight on.
I'm super excited to watch this game. It's
so it'll
the
be
most
fun.
exciting game to watch in the last 10 years. I mean,
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Besides
Man.
that Rose Bowl game, I mean, it's going to be huge.
Absolutely. Hey, I appreciate you.
All right, you too. See you guys.
Okay. All right, fight on. Alan, how you doing, my man? Oh, your value, I can't hear you.
I like that beanie he's got on.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, I need to, man, you guys coming in here with the gear, man. You guys outgeared me today.
Tim Buzz, man. Tim Buzz is rolling in this chat. He's having a good old time.
He said USC allowed more passing yards. Yeah, I'm looking at him. Man, I don't even. Okay, Alan, are you good? We can't hear you. I tell you what, come back, go out and come back in. Go out and come back in. Okay. All right, so, yeah, Alan, man. Alan used to work at USC way back in the days. He used to write for USC, so he got all of this. He's like a pioneer, man. Yeah, he's a throwback guy. He has a lot of history, but he contributes, man. I appreciate him. And so, yeah. I agree with the last caller, man. I think USC is absolutely gonna move and groove to a victory. And to your point, I think the way we approach those guys, put Christian Pierce on that tight end, and then, man, let those guys on the edge, man. Now, here's the question I do want to ask you about. I like the way Carlon Jones has been looking in the middle. I like the way Thanos has been looking in the middle. Do you put Devin Tompkins out there on the edge? Because he looks like a beast on the edge like he's always have. And what do you do with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think Devin does have a little bit more success on the edge. I love how Devin plays, and Devin is a big, physical, strong dude, but he kind of likes to do those, finesse type of moves, and it suits his ability, I think, a little bit more. He is a freak athlete to be out on the edge. And inside, I think sometimes he tries to, use his athleticism and kind of gets caught off guard a little bit. So I do like Devin Tompkins more on the edge for sure. It fits him a little bit better with the kind of player he is.
No, I feel you. I'm feeling the same way. Let's see. We got Alan back. Alan, are you there?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, man, you sound great, man.
Okay. So I don't know why I feel this way, but I feel like they're going to come out passing. I know what you guys are saying, but I really feel, given that I've seen the weather, there's no rain at all now. Absolutely none out there. And Iowa came out, and I think they surprised us a little bit that with their quarterback, who isn't that good, but I mean, they got some success with the secondary, and I think Oregon saw that. So I think we are going to have to, I don't know about sacks, because I don't think we sacked the Iowa quarterback once. Remember right. I don't think we got one sack, but we got to put pressure on them. We at least got to get like pressure sacks or something. And I really think it's going to come down to the secondaries. I really do. I know what you said, Bishaw, about the Oregon secondary, but they are good. They are good. And I think Lanning has seen maybe an opportunity, whether or not it's there or not, but with two guys that are kind of hurt or not going to play, I don't know. It just seems like you've got secure footing now. You don't have to worry about the rain. So why not go for it? That works for us too, okay? I mean, we got guys that'll do that to them too. But I just think that we need to stop the run, but we're going to have to at least put some pressure on Moore, and that secondary is going to have to stand up. It's just the way I feel.
No, absolutely. I mean, we're not totally on the opposite ends, because I agree with you. I think pressure is going to happen with Coach Lynn. I think that's when we've had the most success, and he's going to have to trust his corners, Marcellus and DeCarlos Nicholson, to get it done. And then when you look at Oregon, they are a good secondary. Coach Lanning, he's a secondary guy. I mean, he coaches the safeties, I believe. He's always been a safeties coach, so they're going to have that secondary ready. But yeah, it's gonna be a full test. Everybody's going to get tested in this one.
Yeah, I can't. In this one, Jay, I can't give you any historical stuff because when I was there, I mean, they beat us a couple years where they shouldn't have. I mean, they didn't beat us in '72 because nobody beat us then. But before that, they pulled a couple upsets on us. In fact, one guy named Dan Fouts beat us. But
Dan Fouts, wow, you went way back.
But
the last time we had success.
That's a tough. What's that?
No, I was saying the last time we had success was 2011 with Matt Barkley. I think it was 35-38. USC won that game. Oregon was ranked number 4 in the country, and Matt Barkley went off. You had Robert Woods that went off. You had Marquise Lee that went off. That's the type of performance we're gonna have to have. I believe Lane Kiffin was the coach then, but that's the type of. That was 2011. That's the last time I think we really had success.
That is the last time we beat them there.
Stadium.
Those are two good receivers. That's a good receiver duo right there.
Yeah, so that's what we need.
Yeah.
We need to go get it.
Yeah.
And it's to me, it's either going to be close, and we're going to win. Okay, that's the number one. But if it's not close, it ain't going to be us. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. So we've got to stay in there and play smash mouth with these guys and show them, that they're not all they think they are. And I think we got to do something we haven't done too, is to come out, like you said, we got to come out fast first, not build ourselves in a hole again, like we have the last couple times. We got to be the guys to smash mouth. All right, that's all I have.
Hey, Alan, now, I always appreciate you, man. Oh, Alan, hey, for those who are listening, I won't be coming on after the game. I'm going to be all kind of lost in all types of sauce, but I'm going to figure out how to do it. You may see me with just a face, a picture on, but I won't have my face on there. I don't even know how I'm going to do it, but I may do it. But I more than likely won't do it, but I'm probably going to go doing halftime. And but after that, I got about a 4-hour drive. So I got stuff. I got the wrong time for this. So you guys won't see me. If you guys see this now, probably most likely won't see me. But the day after, I will do a recap with J-Walk, of course. But Alan, I appreciate you, man.
We'll be partying Saturday night.
Absolutely.
Fight on.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna be celebrating. Fight on. All right. Hey, look, those are all the calls, man. And if anybody else want to come in, come on in. But if not, we won't hold B. Shaw, man. And I got to get to going here in a minute. I got about a 3.5-hour drive I got to do in a second. So look, we appreciate every B. Shaw. It don't stop for me, man.
Don't stop for you, man. You're on the go.
I'm on the go, man. So we appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. Look, I got 31 to 28. B. Shaw is 27 to 24.
Yep.
Okay. So if that's it, man, look, man, we appreciate everybody for coming in, man. We think this is it's going to be a big time a big time game, and USC has a lot on their shoulder, and they have a quiet confidence, man. So look, B-Shaw, anything you want to leave with us, man? That shirt and that hat is fire, though.
Like I said, I had to pull it out for this one. This is a big game. I can't wait to watch it, and I'm just just praying that all the guys stay healthy out there and they get it done. And the only thing I disagree with Alan about is I think there is a world where we can get after them. I just think Oregon's a good football team, but I do think there's a world where if it's not close, that the Trojans can be on the winning side of that. It's going to be a good one, though.
No, it is. It is. It is. So look, man. Hey, until later on, we appreciate everybody, man, for coming in. Those who are just coming in, go back and watch it. It's about a 35-minute video, man. You guys can check it out. But until later on, absolutely. Until later on, everybody stay blessed. We out of here. Fight on, fight on, fight on.